Hey everybody, so this is my second attempt to get this right. Um, basically, this is going to be a short series on a new story that I'm writing about a delusional disorder called erotomania, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. The definition of this delusional belief is that a person is in love with them, they are affected by that individual despite evidence to the contrary. It is uncommon and it is a type of paranoid delusion. It will also encompass some OCD disorders, some personality disorders, which do have similarities to, you know, I don't know the proper term for it, but we'll say psychotic like behaviors. Um, if you have come here to watch the reaction videos with myself and Tyneezy, they will be happening again soon. If you were wondering what happened with the serial killer story, that ended and had the tragic ending, as a serial killer cannot have a happy ending. So, yeah, this story is called Broken Hostage, and it's a very long story so far. Each interaction between me and the co-author is averaging anywhere from 3 to 6,000 words, which is very uncommon. It's a very high amount of information being shared between the two people. The co-author is extremely gifted. They know a lot about the psychological conditions and mental health of people, and so they've been able to add a clinical side of things that I am not overly familiar with myself, and as a result, they've been able to deepen the story and create a very dark, where I'm trying to present a very horrific and creepy sensation. They've been able to take that and amplify it into something that truly is morbid and just very dark and much deeper than I would have expected. So this is by far one of my creepiest stories. I would say that the serial killer was focused primarily on horrific and frightening the reader. In this one, the intention would be more of a thriller and suspense, maybe creepy. And yes, there's horror in it. Yes, there's very graphic descriptions that are given, but it's extremely creepy. And so, going through the beginning of this thread, you can easily see, let me get to it again, that I right away I wanted to throw up one of my content warnings. As most of you probably know, I love my content warnings, right? They're just awesome. They inform somebody ahead of time that they're about to read something that is disturbing. They also add a level of anticipation to anything, whether it's a book or a movie. If you see that content warning, you know something crazy is about to happen, right? So my content warning kind of went into the following. It basically says, this content warning, the following content is considered highly disturbing and will include rape, sexual assault, abuse, physical, mental, emotional, verbal, sexual, excessive and gratuitous violence, descriptive kidnapping, mental illness. This story can have potentially harmful and emotional responses from people suffering from a history of or having a history of previously stated warnings. Please consider this before reading, and reader discretion is advised. So I screwed up a little bit there. I'm not great with talking, but you get the idea. This is a very dark story, and as I've stated prior, it's probably one of the darker stories that I've done, and it has just so much potential to be dark. And in the next video that I do, I really want to take a moment to describe the type of person that Luke Edwards is, and what you should be expecting from this kind of individual, because you almost want to pity him, and at the same time, he's a very twisted person, and so you can't pity him, right? But you want to, right? There's this inner part of you that's just like, wow, that's so messed up. His life is so just wrong, right? And that lifestyle is kind of what it took to create this kind of an individual, this kind of disturbed person. And when you're writing about something like this, it can be very difficult to write um, about this kind of level of just wrong. It's just, when you're writing and you write, it's not real, but at the same time, if somebody actually was like this, that's a very disturbing concept. And so writing this can be very disturbing, and it takes a minute to really step back from yourself and just kind of say, it's still fiction. It's not real, but it's just so disturbing and at times very graphic. And you just feel for the individual that he's fixated himself on. You really feel for them. And the co-author is absolutely amazing in giving you this sense that, you just want to hug that individual and tell them everything's going to be all right. But you know that the trauma of what they've gone through is so extreme that there really is no recovery for this. This is even if the main character was to die or she was to escape, this level of disturbing uh, events that have happened to her is so high that this person would never be the same again. It would never, they would just, it would forever mess with them. And we intend to take this pretty far. So we're going with, hopefully, I can't speak for the co-author too much, but I think we're kind of going in the direction of a Stockholm syndrome. And in addition to the Stockholm syndrome, we're adding a lot of mental conditioning, because Stockholm syndrome isn't enough to create a fully balanced relationship, and that's kind of where we're going with this. So not only are you having this disturbing interaction with them at the beginning, but you're creating this mental rewrite that you're mentally like just twisting them around so much that it permanently sets them in this frame of mind. And the co-author had brought up that this is a very common situation with people that suffer from abuse, right? They suffer from it, and then they come up with reasons to continue to suffer from it. So it's not, why don't they just leave? There's some mental block there, that there's an excuse or there's a reason that they have that's legitimate. It's a legitimate reason for them. But in reality, from an outside perspective, the reason's just not enough. It's just not, it's just not enough. You should get out of a situation like this. And we're creating that kind of psychological attachment. So hopefully you guys like the series. They'll be small, 8 to 10 minute videos, right around there, nothing too long. And they'll be in parts. I'm going to do a couple of parts tonight. This is my second attempt, as I said, at making this intro video, because I'm really not good with words. The lighting wasn't quite right, so there was a lot of static. The volume wasn't quite right. Right now, you're probably hearing this high-pitched hum, and I don't even know how to get rid of it, man. I just don't. This is not my thing, these recordings and stuff. I just do them for fun. So, hopefully you enjoy it and you like it, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.